I forgot that I got accused of being a pedo that dated a 17-year-old and flew her out. I totally, like, there are so many things going on in my life that I just totally forgot about that. That was like 5 days ago.
Asmongold has a very clear defamation case that he should pursue if he decides that's worth it for himself.
Wow.
Of course, this legal mindset will teach you to be your own judge. I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney living over here in Asia. And this is a fast fact video, the quick and dirty version of the latest in legal news. So let's jump right into it with our PowerPoint here. In case you guys aren't familiar with
Asmon's defamation roadmap.
A little bit of a big streamer, and he's got enough clout, enough power, enough resources to actually go through with the lawsuits. And this puts him in a much better and bigger position than he would be elsewise if he was somebody else other than Asmongold. But because he is Asmongold, he has this golden opportunity to go through with a defamation lawsuit. So let's get into it. What are the parties? Well,
I could just sue them for content. That would be funny. It would be. It'd be funny to do.
Plaintiffs are both Asmongold and the person that was actually defamed as well. Case, the streamer over here, you see her here is Asmongold's case. They are collaborators. They are, as far as my research went into this topic, just friends. They never appeared to be dating, etc. But even if they were, that wouldn't be a problem, as we will show here as the facts go on. So the defendants, well, they're really accounts, rather anonymous accounts, on two different profiles.
They're not really anonymous, though, because it was a verified profile. Really probably isn't anonymous.
Files on X, formerly Twitter, and of course on Reddit. We see some kind of usual suspects here. If you guys have been following the coverage from Ethan Klein, you know about the lawsuits, the Jane and John Does of Reddit that are being sued in the Klein lawsuit. This is very, very similar, where we have anonymous accounts that would be identified. Now, in a recent video, Asmongold did say he's already got the name.
This is actually crazy to say about somebody, right? Crazy to say. I'm thinking, like, you know, I'm already in a lawsuit, right? I'm already in a lawsuit. I'm already regularly talking to lawyers. Maybe I should sue this guy. We just make stuff up now? That's a serious accusation to tweet with no receipts. I'll talk to my lawyers next time I have a meeting with them. Then I'll see kind of what's actually coming right up, by the way. It's coming up very soon. Same sure. Okay.
Input is, right?
It's so cringe to see something like
really
that
funny,
happen.
guys. Now that's relevant because maybe there's some other information he wants to get through a subpoena from X or from Reddit.
Oh, I don't think
but if he's already got the names, that's more than half of the battle.
I don't have their names. You'd have to subpoena the names, but that's super easy to find.
Statement. So essentially, Asmongold has faced baseless PDF, and yes, we're saying PDF because we want to stay YouTube friendly, allegations in early January 2026, stemming from a viral X post which falsely claimed he was dating streamer K's when she was underage. She was not underage. That was a falsity of that post. Her age was misrepresented as 17.
Yeah, by the way, it's not like she was 18 or 19. She was 23. It's not even remotely
she was
close.
over 20, right? Not over 30.
Honestly, like, for her, I bet this is kind of a compliment, right? I mean, a lot of women like to look younger. I mean, shit.
No hag maxing here. The post had over 130K
it's kind
likes
of a compliment.
And was engaged with by millions of people before deletion. I'm going to show you that post in a second. Asmongold has called the allegations completely false.
No, she said she was 25 on
alleged, misrepresentation of age, etc. Completely false, and threatened defamation against anyone spreading that misinformation. So not just the OP, but other accounts. And there were other accounts. There are other accounts that still have that information up
I could
nowadays.
do that.
Defense of the poster. Well, there really is hard to defend this guy or girl, whoever it is. But they say, hey, we deleted the tweet. But not before it was viewed by millions, not before the harm was done, and not before others reposted it on X and Reddit. So that is a very, very weak defense.
And also, it's important to keep in mind, too, that the person deleted it after I made the video. They deleted it like 3 or 4 hours after I made the video, talking about maybe suing them. So what they did at that point is they deleted something for potential evidence that they knew could be used for evidence preemptively to avoid it being used. That's spoliation of evidence. It is. It's against the law. And they knew that like after they saw the video. Proof of bad intent? Yeah.
Looking at it from the side of which side the burden is going to fall more on. And that's on the defense at this point, because unless you've got some secret proof, this looks like a very clear-cut, bulletproof defamation case. In case you don't know, here's the original post. And of course, this is false. So this is false information. So this account, which once again, I'm not going to try to signal boost.
I do look like such a fuck. I look like the enemies that you kill at like level 3 in The Witcher 3. It's like at the very beginning in like Novigrad or wherever the fuck. Like, it's like you go out to the fucking, you know, to some abandoned house or to the swamp, and like, there's me. I'm there.
A counter person, but just saying he was 33, she was 17.
Not so good.
Is and this word, the word that means criminal with someone who is underage, right? I'm censoring that word. We all know what that is, right? And you see a picture here. Now, to me, this is absolutely ridiculous. It reminds me of kind of the height of consent argument. The height of consent? Where, okay, you have to be so high to consent. And as a tall guy, you know, it's always like, what, am I not allowed to date short girls, right? And people are not allowed to go.
She's not even that short. She's really not. She's not short. Yeah, what do you mean? Yeah, I'm pretty tall. I'm like around 6'3" or so. I'm pretty tall. But like, yeah, she's about average height.
Down, and it always is the kind of meme of 5'7" guys versus 5'7" girls. It's much different if it's a girl, right? The girl's super tall. 5'7" guy is a shrimp, right? You're not allowed to date short guys. Girls. That's right. You're not allowed to do it. You know, but it's kind of a ridiculous argument. And frankly, if you look at this girl case here, and you see a child, you are the problem. The problem is not the person who is dating this person or friends with this person or whatever. You are definitely the problem. And looking at the particular evidence here in Uncle Mindset's evidence locker, I would say that a lot of evidence leads me to believe this is not an underage person, just based on basic appearance. But hey, that's me living over here in Asia. I want to know what you guys think in the comments.
Man, how about that, guys? That's just too bad. That's too bad. Google says you're 5'10". Google also says I have the same birthday as Adolf Hitler.
Below. Now let's go to the argument. The original poster, now deleted, is the best target. He's the best target legally, and that's the person that the majority of the blame could be falling on. Yes. Other accounts repost the same information, and they can also be added as parties. But here's the thing: many of these people are probably going to be judgment-proof. So there's nothing you're going to be able to do against them. Yeah, you only go against the original people, and then other big people that are posting it, and they have like a following. Yeah, of course. Purpose of this lawsuit, the key of this lawsuit, is to set a precedent. That's very similar to the Klein case, setting a precedent regarding the retrieving information on anonymous accounts on Reddit. In this case, for how much I've always talked about how I love public executions and I love making an example out of people, it would be hypocritical for me to not do this. It would be. It'd be hypocritical. Yeah. You don't like white women? Where did that come from? Be setting a precedent for the use of this word, right? And the ubiquitous use of this word on platforms with no patrolling, the last one before that was white. Nothing else. People have been using this word, and it's really harmful because it is defamatory and criminal. So Asmongold would be able to subpoena people on X and Reddit, similar to the Klein case, for both user data and preservation of evidence, and it's best done ASAP. There's a short statute of limitations on this, only 1 to 3 years, so he's got to get moving on this within the next year or two. The law does prevent direct suit of X or Reddit, which is under Section 230. Well, now, of course. I mean, everybody knows about Section 230. I obviously, on this channel, if you've been watching it for a while, have a problem with that. I do think some of these 230 protections should be lightened up. Absolutely, they should. Like, these websites have way too much credibility, and they have way too much privileges, and they don't have any degree of accountability. I don't think that they're acting as a platform whenever they're openly enforcing and editing platforms and having a million rules based off of, like, their own political viewpoints. I think so. I agree with him. Like these where they failed to protect against a very common thing. This is something that is known. These 230 lawsuits, the 230 protections have prevented lawsuits from use of these words, and this word is very harmful to people. Absolutely. It causes huge reputational damage. And we're seeing some precedent in the Klein case for these type of subpoenas, and I hope perhaps increased responsibility on the part of the platforms. Last, there's also the possibility to file it as a John Doe lawsuit. Yeah. So even if you didn't know who it is, and Asmongold does say he knows who it is, but even if he didn't, he can.
No, you just have to subpoena the information.
Seek the identity through a subpoena of the ISP, the internet service provider, and seek damages for reputational harm.
Yeah, it would take 5 seconds instead of 3.
Stress, economic losses, things that would be very.
Read the comment section of the video. I will.
Now, my judgment, my ruling on this far is that Asmon is large enough to force changes, right, on the platform, to the platform itself as a result of legal action. Internal compliance departments, that is within these platforms, would be forced to take actions regarding unsupported criminal allegations. So what that means is when people are jumping on these platforms, whether it's X, whether it's Reddit, etc., and they're making these criminal claims or saying this person is a criminal, maybe these platforms have to vet that. We're not saying you're calling them bad or mean words. No, you're putting a criminal allegation against them. You're not just calling them a mean doo-doo head, right? You're going beyond that and saying this person is a criminal. Because remember, calling someone a PDF is a criminal allegation. Right? It's very, very serious. So serious that, in fact, the algorithm doesn't even like use of that word. Right?
Yes, true.
If Asmongold is mentally and financially capable, because remember, this is extreme stress. It's really bad for your mental health.
The thing with me is that if I have the opportunity to do something that will have a negative effect on another person that I don't like, I don't know if I'd ever get tired. I never have before. Never in my life. That's what I live for. I do.
Really financially costly. But I think he's got the money. He seems solid enough so far. I think it would be a net good for him, for the internet, if he actually did pursue this, if he did actually set an example of this person and say, hey, you cannot do this. It's up to him, as it is going to burden his life, even if all the conditions are in his favor. But I do think he should do it if he feels he's up to it. That's my take, guys. What do you think? I want to know what you think in the comments below, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. So he's even in favor of this. So he thinks I should be able to do it. Wow. Okay. I mean, this will be your Christ on the cross for people? Yeah, but I get to nail somebody else up. How about that? Maybe even a few people. I mean, I think Jesus got nailed up with like 2 other guys, right? So it would make sense. Let me link you guys Legal Mindsets video on this too. I think this is funny. And yeah, I posted it to Asmon Reddit. I'll look at my Reddit stuff in just a minute. I know I got a little bit farther away. Lawyers got no, I already have a legal firm that I have on retainer for another thing that I'm doing or dealing with. And so I'll probably either work with them or find somebody that's through them, because I would have to do it through a federal court, and I'm working through a federal court in order to resolve an existing lawsuit right now. So listen, unfortunately, I know a lot about this, and I don't know a whole lot about this, or not a whole lot, but like I know a good enough, right? I know enough. So yeah, that's it. You can farm it on stream. No, actually, I wouldn't. I would not farm it on stream, because that would weaken the case and it would make it harder for me to win, because it would affect the way the judgment could be. My goal is to win. It's not I don't care about the validation. I care about the effect. And the effect is what matters to me. Winning is the reward in itself. I don't need to be validated. I don't need to be seen as being in the right. The only thing that matters to me is that I do something that is so effective and damaging that it changes a person's life. That's really what my goal is. I don't really care as much about, some other bullshit. I don't care about that. I care about doing something that's effective.